Welcome back, everybody, for the second hour of this week's The Long Voyage. Episode number is 6.
Six.
And we are in the midst of a rather nasty combat with some bow armed barrow wights, and but so far the good guys have managed to obtain the upper hand, although not without suffering some pretty severe ouch along the way.
What are you talking about? We're killing the good guys.
All right, that's one way of looking at it.
The fact that you believe that there is such a thing as good guys anywhere in this world is so wonderfully naive.
That's actually a good point, and I wrote this world. It's kind of bad when the writer of the world is naive about the existence of goodness within it, isn't it?
Well, I mean, in the book series, it's all dead. It's because it's a couple of centuries earlier. Maybe there's still a few sad sparks left somewhere.
Yeah, there's still there is still, at least here and there, an interesting what's it called, an interesting streak of decency. However, let's get back to it, because it's a new combat round, and it's Aiden's turn to attack, and he does so, and he hits. Nice, very nice. No, not that. That's not his damage. Don't worry. That would have been wild, but it's not. Okay, that's his damage. And okay, this thing is still standing, although admittedly not by a whole lot. Ylva, do you want to try to get to it? It'll take you another 2 rounds to get over there.
They were that far apart?
Yeah, they're a good deal apart, and you're in woods.
Can I reach any of them?
No, there's this one left where you are standing, and then there's one that Bagi is fighting further in, and you can hear him. You can hear Bagi is fighting.
You can hear him
Yeah,
shout,
then-
Don't steal my kill!"
Please go take his kill.
It's so
It's tradition.
Yes.
No, I was going to say it's cute that Buggy thinks he's going to kill this thing at this point.
I love the idea that, now Ylva is going to come running up from behind, smash this thing into a million pieces, and Bagi is going to look at her very cross and go, "Well, that one counts as mine."
And then she wiggles at him.
Oh dear.
I was totally going to say that.
All right, guys. But no, you can't actually reach one of them this round, but you are the only one right now who can see the one that Bagi is fighting.
Yeah, I'm gonna go help Baggy because it's the rest of the entire team on one. I guess they can do it before I reach it.
Yeah. And then it
So
is...
she runs to help Baggy and
Yes. Well, Bagi, you see Ylva coming up, and she will be with you very shortly, as in next round.
if actually did yell the "Don't kill my steel," you kill my steel.
Nice.
Steal my kill.
Yes.
You can just see the face on her saying, "Oh, I'm so gonna kill you. Kill it. I'm so gonna murder it for you."
I think he actually does say something to that effect.
Yeah.
No, this is
It's
mine. Or something
mine.
like that.
Yes.
It is mine, and then you can see the face on Ilva as she is running towards you. No, it's mine.
I hate you!
You can also see, Ylva, that he is literally bedecked with an arrow that has gone straight through his shoulder.
That is probably the reason she went that way, even though he
Yeah.
does protest.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just trying to make Gylfi feel important.
Yeah, it's nasty. It looks like a really, really painful wound, and in fairness, it bloody well fucking is. But it is Sindri's turn. Sindri, you who have made it so that you actually have a chance to attack this bastard.
Yes, I've put myself in that position, haven't I?
Yes, you have.
Right.
Is it?
Shut up, Rasmus. Okay, so what am I? I'm rolling something.
You're attacking it in melee, I assume.
Yes.
Yes.
So I
What
need
is your
to-
melee weapon?
Mace.
Yes. Then roll your skill with the mace.
So I just
Mace
put-
it.
Again, I click the dice next to the mace symbol. Yeah.
Yes.
If I use mace spray on it or something, that would probably.
Aha, very funny, very funny. You
Ah,
hit. You hit.
I do. Yay! I actually
Ooh.
hit something. I actually hit something.
But I wanted to make it a running joke.
Let's get some damage.
Nuffle is with me today. It's what is it? What is the damage on the mace? I don't know. I don't know what I'm rolling. Let's see. 2D.
I believe so. Let me just have a look, but I think so.
And it's so crushing.
Crushing indeed.
2D crushing damage.
Yes, 2D crushing.
And it's
You really should upgrade to
click,
3D.
You can click that right as well, right next to the damage code if you want.
Give me a second.
There's a
Yes.
It's a little dice there as well.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Is that right? That's
No, that isn't. Because it just says no. Rolling 2D. No.
I
It
You
should say
need to roll
2D.
2d6.
Yes, it should say 2d6. Try it now.
Yep, I'm gonna put 6 in by each
No,
of the.
but try rolling that one now.
Try again. I hate this interface. Okay, there you go. 2d6, 3 and 2 is
Still a
5
bad
fives.
roll, but it's not disastrous, and it is in fact enough. The thing goes down.
All right, I need to write. What?
Not yours. The
What?
other one.
What
Yeah, I'm with Rasmus on this one. I want that running joke thing.
fuck you guys. What would be an appropriate sacrifice to give to Nuffle tonight?
Plush dice.
Yeah.
Always. Plush dice.
All right, I'll burn a plush dice in his honor.
Yes. And for the ladies and gentlemen of the viewing audience, this is a service announcement. In this particular game group, we worship the great, incomparable, and very, very cold-hearted deity known as Nuffle. Nuffle is the god of dice in relation to role-playing. It is also the god originally associated with the Games Workshop game Blood Bowl. It is a pun on the NFL, I know, but we have adopted Nuffle as the deity of dice rolling in this group in general. So when Chris is asking what an appropriate sacrifice to Nuffle for a good roll might be, then obviously the answer has to be plush dice. All right, anyway, back to the whole... yes, you have successfully offed this one, so there's only one left, which is the one that Baggy is fighting, and he is now in a position where he might actually be able to finish the thing off.
No!
He better do it before Ilva gets there.
Let's see if he does then.
Everybody's like a pain train approaching.
No!
Choo-choo!
Well, all right.
He panicked. Fuck no, Ilva, this is mine. Fuck, I missed.
Well, you're not there yet, Missy.
Nope.
I would charge this one and reach it next.
Yep, remember when you charge something in this game, you actually get a minus to hit. So, we've forgotten that in previous rounds, but you actually get
And
you actually get -2 to hit on a charge.
Yep.
Because you're not balanced or prepared to strike.
All right.
But I think since we haven't actually done that this combat, I think we're going to continue this fight without it. But from next combat, we need to remember, of course, that if you charge, you get -2.
Okay.
So.
Galvan.
It's Galvan's turn, and he can't see the final one, so I mean he can hear that somebody is still going at it, and he tries to advance to figure out what's going on, and that pretty much goes for all the rest of these guys. Except I'm basically meaning that I'm gonna ask what you guys are doing in order to those of you who were in the bigger group. So, Frody, And Gulfi, what are you doing?
I'm ordering Gilfy to go look at the guy who got an arrow through his leg.
Yes.
He will not be adventuring again.
No.
And then I think, Ilva took off in a direction. That's probably the right one, so let's follow her.
All right. So you are. No! They're all coming to steal your kills.
Damn it!
Right. Okay. Well, it is. Obviously, we get to the Barrow White, and it tries to strike Baggy.
Please don't kill Baggy.
Sounds fair.
And it tries to and hits, so let's see if we can do some damage. No.
No.
That is wonderfully pathetic.
That was just flat out sad. They're better with their bows, let's put it that way.
Yes, Clint.
And then it's a new round, and we'll just pop straight over to Ilva. Do you want to see if you can hit this thing and finish it off?
Yeah. Just to see the face and see Baggy's face. She is not above kill stealing.
No, it's as long as they die.
Did I click it? Yeah, I hit it.
Yes, you did.
You know what?
I can just hear
Baggy?
the exhaustion
Baggy?
here.
Baggy? I'm not sorry.
Oh my god!
Oh, heavens. Splash.
It's just going to turn into a cloud of dust.
Yeah, there's her warhammer basically discontinues the existence of this thing's spine in its entirety. It's just turned into powder.
I think at this point, Buggy collapses to the ground, and
Yeah.
and he looks up at Ilva and says, "You, my dear, you are a loathsome woman."
I know. And then she picks him up and starts dragging him to the others.
Oh no, let me sit here for a while. There's an arrow in my chest if you didn't notice.
Yeah, that's kind of why we need to get you back.
Get him over here, please.
Baggy?
Just do it, woman. You already stole a kill of mine.
Alright, I won't ask why your pants are open. She turns
They
around
aren't.
and...
No, they're not at this point.
No.
Oh well.
Give him that dignity at least.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
no, there's no
No.
question.
Give him that. Give him that.
He got up when he heard something, for goodness sakes. That includes tightening his belts.
You might be able to ask him why he's still erect, though.
I think if he is, she doesn't want to.
No. What can I say? You've been fighting skeletons and he's got a boner.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear.
You're the one who made the character. I know. I don't
I
want
did.
to hear
I
any complaints. No
wholeheartedly-
complaints.
Nope.
So okay. You win this ferocious battle against these creatures, and as you get back, Ulva, you can see. Obviously, you can see. Audrin is getting help. He is the arrow has been removed from the ground and from his leg, but he is not in a good way at all, and the others are sitting, around him, trying to to work out what to do from this point onwards. And
I think Frodi will have talked at someone who could translate sleeve, and then looked at the she and said, "Please tell me this was what you couldn't remember, and there's not another surprise out there."
he says when he comes over, he was further away, so he's the last one who comes over, and he says, "There was a battle here. That's the thing. This was a battlefield. Many years ago, armies were very small. But more than 5 she died here.
so there might be more.
He swallows. You can see the fear on his face. He looks around in all directions at once, and right at that point, you can all in the distance. It's in between the trees, and it's far, far away. But you can hear a woman singing, and he just looks at all of you and says, where is Baggy?
Baggy needs help. He's been run through with an arrow.
We go and help. We're getting out now.
Right. And if
Yes,
any
okay.
bitch gets in the way, she gets up higher too.
And he goes with Ulva to help Baggy, and of course Baggy, you can hear the singing as well.
I think at this point Baggy will have crawled / stumbled to his shield to retrieve it.
Yeah.
Second.
Oh, a question. Does Guilty has to make curiosity roll here?
Actually, that's yes. Do.
Yeah. I were about to find my curiosity roll.
It's default is 12.
Yes.
So you have to roll below 12.
Joy. Let's see if I can do that too.
Yeah.
You have a lot of curious people here.
Why do I roll that?
Just roll 3d6.
You just
Just
have
roll
to.
3d6.
Yeah, roll slash 3d6.
Just check them.
So I
Normally I
rolled
wouldn't
3
roll,
to
but-
6
Yeah, and you have to roll under 12.
and under 12.
Let's see.
Nope.
You all
No.
managed.
Well, yay.
You all managed.
So
That's good. That's very lucky.
I put a link in the chat just for single wailing woman's song.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait with checking that out until the
Yeah, of
break,
course.
obviously. But
Yeah, of course.
yes, the point is that you can hear this woman's song. It is hauntingly beautiful. It is old form. It's in the distance, and yes, it is in fact getting closer, although very slowly. And again, Aiden is very, very insistent that we need to get out of these woods right now. He goes with Ylva to get Baggy as well, and comes over to him, and he looks very insistent, but he does look to Ylva to. He can't, No, that's right. Baggy does speak old form, right?
Oh, he speaks new.
He speaks new form, right?
Yep.
Okay, he does speak a little new form, as we established last time. So he says, "Must leave now." Bad
Right.
woman. Bad woman is singing.
Baggy gets up, possibly with the help of
Yeah.
Ylva, and
Ulva,
follows them.
you help. I bring, and then he points to the weapons that have been dropped on the ground.
She slings his armor around his shoulders.
Yeah.
So she can carry most of his weight, so he doesn't have to worry about that.
So basically, you guys managed to stumble your way out of the forest, and as you basically stumble the last few steps out from between the trees, you can see how shades crawl away or slink away over the low over the ground, this shadowy fog, almost smoke that crawls away from the bones of the things you just destroyed, and you can see how other smoke is coming from in between the trees, and the as I said, the sound of the woman who's singing is getting closer. So you do get out of there, but you can also, as you stumble free from the trees, some of you in a great deal of pain, there are tendrils of smoke coming out of there following you, but they leave you once you leave the forest. They leave you alone.
Mm-hmm.
Should have burned this whole place down.
Will probably be difficult, Aiden says.
Why?
Bad woman.
Well, her friends didn't seem to like fire.
She is. She has power.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't think now is the best time to get into a magic duel.
No, is not. And he looks to Odrin, who is now sitting up against a rock, and shaking his head, and he just looks at all of you and says, "I'm not going to be able to come with you. I'm sorry, but with this leg, I will slow you down to a crawl."
Doesn't Gylfi has healing stuff?
Not of the magical kind.
It's certainly not good enough to fix a ruined foot.
Can you make it back on your own? You can't, can you?
No. That doesn't
Right.
matter. You have to go on.
Hmm.
Someone might come by and find me. And if not, I've still got knives.
Hilva crosses her arms.
All right. Though I loathe to do it, I think it is the best idea.
Leaving someone behind is never the best idea.
Except when it is. And in this case, it really is. As he said himself, he will slow us down.
We need to make it there on time.
Yeah.
This is war. People die in war. If it's my time, it's my time. Kill one of the
Well-
bastards for me and we'll call it even.
Hilva huffs. That doesn't mean I'll have to like it.
Of course not.
Of course not.
None of us like this.
Well,
But that doesn't mean it's not the best thing to do for in this particular circumstance.
Aiden crouches down next to Odrin and places. He's been picking up, bows and quivers of arrows and a couple of these long knives and so on. He puts down the knives of the one that was fighting Bagi. He puts them down on the ground and he says, "You could shave yourself with these." He says, "It'll be quick." And Odrin just nods and tries to smile, but it's clear he's in an absolutely horrific amount of pain. When you look at his leg, you can see why, because one of the bones in his lower leg has shattered. The arrow went through it.
That won't ever heal.
Do you have enough food to last until we return?
Not until you return, but for a little while. That's what I mean when somebody might actually come by here. And then in that case I can hopefully get them to help me, and if not, then it's no longer your concern. He says, this is war. People die.
Well, then let's hope we don't find you here when we get back.
Let's hope.
Do you have anyone we should notify just in case?
He sighs and shakes his head. No, there's nobody you need to. There's nobody you need to tell about this.
We shall let your sword know of your bravery at least.
Thank you.
Gylfi, when you're done looking to Baggy, could you look at this? He says and gestures to where he was shot.
Yeah, you took you took a shot that punched just it hit the rim of the of your shield and went into the fleshy part of your side, and it's just a flesh wound, but it hurts. The point is, of course, that these foul creatures used the equivalent of bodkin arrows, which means
Ooh.
yes, so very long, thin arrowheads with no hooks on them, so that they're basically perfect for going through such things as your armor because it's chain.
Yeah, they're piercing arrows.
Yes, they're piercing arrows.
Well, you might call it a flesh wound, but it still took a third of my health.
Yeah, it's a bad flesh wound, but it's
The kind that you bleed from until you're anemic.
yes. But you get patched up, I guess, as you guys move on. You can, both of you are both Baggy and Frothy have wounds that are treatable on the march, so to say.
Woo!
Okay.
I think Thrody curses the fact that healing magic is beyond him.
Yes. You also, if I remember correctly, Gylfi, you had some of that gold clover stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, that is.
I have some of the gold clover that is unprepared, and
Yes.
I have a poultice.
Yes, the poultice is probably going to do Baggy a whole lot of good.
I wonder, can Gylfi whip up something that if taken in the wrong dosage is basically, will kill somebody, but like in a just put them to sleep permanently, like some herb or something like that.
Yeah, you could easily make a poison if you want to. Yeah.
Because I'm just asking because poison is actually a separate skill.
Well, true, but you can make something which would kill people in too much of a good thing, really, isn't it? But I would say that you can, but it won't be easy for you. Then that's true. Poisoning is a separate skill. Yes.
I know something like wolfsbane is used both as a poison and
Exactly.
Yeah, he'll just want it's something that he uses maybe as something like as a sedative that if you just use it too much, you just basically.
Now there are no sedatives. There is a sedative like that in one place in the world, and tear glass is not it.
Basically, I just wanted to know because I think Gylfi would just put if he had something like that, he would just sneakily put this in the wounded guy's hand, and tell him that it will just.
Yeah.
If he needs to, he doesn't need to slash his wrist.
I'll let you have something like, for example, wolfsbane, for example, which would kill him. In fairness, it would probably also be painful, but.
Chalice helps the heart, but kills in higher dosages.
Yeah. So you have something that will do the trick if you want.
Did you say that Aiden picked up the bone?
Yes, he does.
In that case, Frody will want to ask him if they are, if he intends to bury them as something sacred, or if he can have some of them for scrimshawing.
No, he picked up the bow, not the bones.
Oh, not bones. Okay.
Oh, damn it! He gets the bow. Okay.
No, he picked up several on the way. He picked up stuff on the way out. He's got 2 bows. He's got 2 quivers full of arrows, and he had 6 knives.
Are the bows any better than the longbow I've got?
No. It would do the same kind of damage as a longbow. So yes, they're superior short bows for you, but they're not. They're the same for you as a. They will do the same as a longbow.
All right. In that case, I'll take if you'll let me, I'll take some more arrows.
Of course. You can take one of the quivers, and it contains 15 of these rather nasty arrows.
Well, this is a nasty world. Having nasty arrows will be very beneficial.
Should probably be said.
Nasty arrows for the nasty man with the nasty plan.
Wait. No, actually, well, yeah, you can take the arrows, but it's not going to do you much good because they don't have the right length for a longbow.
Oh yeah, of course they're short bow arrows. Okay.
Exactly.
I could always Actually, would you let me just? Could I take the arrowheads and then affix them to my to the shafts at a later point?
Certainly, that is definitely a thing. You can
All
definitely
right,
do that.
I'll take the bodkin heads then.
Yes, that makes perfect sense.
I suppose they would then be of inferior metal, but
Well, yeah, but having Southlander metal is going to be difficult for you guys anyway in the long run. So, and of course, the reason for this comment, ladies and gentlemen of the viewing audience, is specifically because Southlander metal is of greatly superior quality to anything in the world. However, it's also extremely restricted trading goods, as in it's deeply illegal to sell the stuff. So for them to actually come into possession of it now that they are no longer in the Southlands is pretty much impossible. All right, back into the swing of things. So you guys say your goodbye to Audrin and move on.
yeah.
Yeah. He's still, he sits there next to the or with his back up against this large rock as you guys move away. He does have some food with him. He's had his leg bandaged, however much it hurts. It doesn't look like he's intending to cut his own wrists the second you guys walk away. He looks like he's going to give it a fair chance to see if somebody actually finds him.
That's probably a good idea.
That's true.
Legend.
And you so you guys move
Bless you again.
She's allergic to me talking, that's the thing.
Yeah, so it's...
So you guys move on towards your destination, but you circumvent the forest this time. And Aiden looks pained.
Bless you again.
Aiden looks pained as you continue to walk because he keeps looking back towards where Audrin was left behind, and he keeps muttering to himself, and he's clearly not happy with himself. Seems that he's blaming himself for not remembering what this place was.
Ilva gently elbows him and sends him a... What is uppmuntrande in English?
Reassuring?
Reassuring smile.
He tries to return it, but he's not having that much success with it. But at least he's trying.
Yeah, if she knew the language any better, she would tell him it was all right. But she doesn't.
No.
So it's the mime game,
Yeah, exactly. No, he does understand her meaning, but it's clear that it does weigh on him that a good friend is now, possibly going to die because of this, and he's got to push on because, and of course it does kind of put a pretty serious dampener on the on everyone's talkativeness and good mood for the next day or so, but you do manage to get through the next 2 days, and you put some serious distance between you and the small forest, and by this point you have passed into territory which has been conquered. You are now in Liam's country, or in his lands. They're recently conquered, but they are still under his control. And after a couple of days, you let's see, it's 2 days worth of rest first and foremost for those of you who are healing.
How much is that?
That's a hit point per day.
Okay. Cool.
Takes a while.
How about
but
fatigue points?
fatigue points are restored much quicker, so they're full. That's something like 1 per hour or something.
Cool.
Yeah. And you get to this also means that while Baggy is in pain, he's not constantly in danger of lagging behind. And the wound is it doesn't, it isn't putrid. That's the thing. It's seeping, but it's clean. So
That's good.
because Goofy is there and he can keep an eye on it and make sure that it's washed and so on. It's probably going to give you a pretty impressive scar, but that's about all you're going to have.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. But you get after 2 days, then late in the afternoon on the second day after this whole debacle, you reach there's a river, or well, it's a small river, but it's a river nonetheless. It isn't, from the looks of it, it isn't actually fordable anywhere in the immediate, with an immediate sight. Braden does point out that part of the problem here, of course, is that we would have gone by a different. We've gone a different route if we had continued through the forest, but because we had to pass around it, we're slightly off course now. And when you get to this river, you can see there's a small settlement. It's just 4 houses and a couple of boat sheds. Down below, you're standing up on top of a tall escarpment, and down below in the or on the bank of the river, you see these buildings.
What to do?
Well, Throaty looks to the others and asks, "Shall we visit or avoid?"
Well, we need to get across. They have boats. Galvin says we might as well. I think we might as well try and talk to them. These lands weren't in Liam's hands until quite recently.
No, but that doesn't mean that he doesn't have spies, eyes and ears everywhere.
That is true. It clearly pains the man to think, that places that were friendly until so recently could now be hostile. It's not something he's comfortable with. It's obvious, but he does see your point.
I assume it would be best if we don't approach.
Do you have anyone in there that you trust explicitly?
Braden looks to all the others and then turns around and shakes his head. I think none of us actually, this isn't the place that any of us are from. And actually, Frodo, you said it might be a good idea if you guys didn't go down there. No, I'm tempted to say it's a better idea if you do.
In that case, negotiations might be somewhat difficult.
I don't know, Baggy, you speak the language.
Mm-hmm.
The point is, of
does
course,
too.
but the point, of course, is if we go down there and we start talking to them, they're going to know that we're local. You're going to be outsiders no matter who sees you.
That's true. And
So if you start talking to them and figuring out whose side they're on, if possible, then we can take action from there. But if they see us, they might think that we are from, well, Liam's army, and be and just say what they think we want, what we want them to say.
it's definitely true. And if they should decide to stab us in the back, we are pretty well armored.
You are indeed.
All right. Buggy, I hope you've readied your tongue then.
Ready my tongue, you say?
That really sounds very, very creepy.
Yes, and the creepiness isn't lost on Bucky.
No, not on Ilva either. He just does a shouter with a.
We'll need to be vigilant and be on the lookout for anyone trying to leave the place, because that might be our spy.
Yes, that's. But then, what if I mean, we can keep watch from a distance, obviously, and we have a couple of pretty decent archers here. If somebody does try to run, we should be able to do something.
Hmm.
Is that an idea?
Yes, absolutely.
All right.
I think I shall stay with the group out here. My archery skills are better put to use out here anyway.
All right.
Yeah, that might be a good idea. Well, we don't want to seem too threatening. Perhaps we should bring Gylfi and Ilva then. It seems like you guys don't expect women to be able to fight.
No. They look like they're not. None of them are particularly happy about confirming that with Ilva standing right there.
What? Sorry, I forgot to listen.
Frodi said that the people here don't seem to expect women to be able to fight, and they don't seem to want to admit that while you're here.
Well, that's completely lost on Ilva as he just shrugs, but I'm pretty, dressed to fight.
That is a good point. Braden says.
Of course, I could leave that here, but that would just leave me exposed instead.
I don't think you should, because if it's a hostile place, I don't want you to be taken by surprise either. He says it's better to be unnerving than be caught off guard.
I agree.
Could
And
be a curiosity to them, I guess.
yes, and even their views on women notwithstanding, we'll all be armored and armed. So
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds like we have our plan then.
Okay.
yes.
Excellent. Okay, well, we will wait out here, and he points towards there's a group of rocks nearby, some cliff sites that have been torn in the landscape by the river over the years, and he points to them and says, "Well, we will stay there because we can stay out of sight, but we'll keep an eye on whether anybody is trying to leave."
Good.
And then the rest of you head down towards the.
Yep.
Yeah.
While they're walking down there and gotten out of earshot, Elva looks at the others that she's walking with and says, "Why is it every time we talk about women, they get a little weird?"
I think they're afraid of you.
Yes.
But it's just anything women talk. Do you think they don't know how to talk with women?
I think they don't know how to talk with strong women.
Or battle maidens. We did tell them not to get too close to you.
Yes. And you did demonstrate why.
Why? I haven't hit anyone who touched me yet.
No, but you remember during that demonstration we had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I imagine all of them figured, wow, that bull skull could be mine. Yikes.
Yep. Something to that effect, yes.
She sighs deeply. This place is so strange.
Delightfully so.
I'm not complaining. It's just weird. At home, people wouldn't mind laughing when I tipped over myself and injured myself because I'm a fucking clumsy bastard. But here, it's just no one dares say a word.
Wait, you miss being made fun of?
It was less harsh. You feel more like a person when they actually laugh at you for fucking up.
I hadn't thought of that.
It's just... I'm used to bullies being scared of me because bullies, but this is everyone reacting like this. That's weird. Oh well. Maybe it's because they're shorter. Everything looks more dangerous when it's short.
Yes, I imagine so.
Right. So you approach the town, or if you can call it that. It's not even a village, for goodness sakes. It's 4 houses.
4 houses and
2 boat sheds.
Yes.
So yeah, but you see, when you approach, people start running to and fro down there because you're huge and you're armored and they're scared. But eventually, when you get down there, there's a man who comes out of one of the buildings. He's in his mid-30s from the looks of it. He is utterly terrified of you. There's no question. Everybody else has gone inside, but he approaches you on very shaky legs. And he doesn't look down or look away. He tries to meet your gaze at least, but he's not a warrior. That's clear. He's a civilian. He's a fisherman, and he's facing what, a number of Southlanders. He's no, just no. But he does. He tries to speak up and then realizes that it comes out as a peep. and he clears his throat and tries again and says, well met, strangers.
Baggy looks over at Gylfi and asks, "Do you or should I?"
Gylfi kind of shrugs.
I love the idea of Gylfi and this poor man trying to stutter through a conversation.
Yeah, that was Ilva's first thought. Oh, he reminds me of Gylfi. Yeah?
We did bring Gylfi because he was the least threatening looking.
Yeah.
So, what does Gylfi step forward, or does he let Baggy do it?
Well, Baggy is the more like, imposing personality. So if Baggy wants to step forward, like he'll be like, "Yep, yours."
All yours.
But
Okay.
but if he but also if Gylfi is pushed forward, then he will be like, then he will talk.
Right. Well, Baggy certainly doesn't do any pushing. He just shrugs and looks at the man, a wide grin on his face. Greetings.
Greetings. We have very little. We had heard of the giants that served in Liam's army, but we already gave everything we had for this month.
Oh no, you mistake our intention, stranger. We are not here to steal or plunder.
No. We would never call it that. We know that it's fair taxation. We realize this. It's war, and we know we have to help feed the army. We know that. But we just thought that we'd understood that there would be men coming once every 10 days. And it's only been a 10-day.
Let me put it another way, my good man.
Yes?
We have no intention of taking anything from you. All we require is that you help us cross.
Yeah, across the river? Yes, certainly. We will be happy to help. Oh, powers be merciful. Thank you. We were so frightened.
You shouldn't be. Now I have a question for you.
Of course.
And please answer as truthfully as you can.
Yes, I will.
Which sword are you loyal to?
He looks horrified at the question. He looks like you've just signed his death sentence.
And remember, my good man, answer truthfully.
He looks at the buildings and he says, "Please spare their lives. They have done nothing wrong."
Don't make me repeat my question.
We've always been loyal to Karatok, but we were conquered fairly.
And all of you are loyal to Karatok?
All have always been very loyal to the Silver Queen. But
Are any of the people inside these buildings newly arrived?
No, we're all
Hmm.
It's my family and 3 other families who've been fishing in this river for many years.
Baggy steps close to the man and puts a hand on his shoulder.
Yes.
And then he smiles even more broadly.
Yes.
He says, "You answered well, my good man."
Oh, Powers. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Way to make the man soil himself.
I was so certain my last moment had arrived.
Not just yet. Like I said, we're not here to take anything from you. All we require is that you help us across the river.
We most certainly will. You have, if you are loyal to CharismaToAC, you have friends here, and not just here. They're taxing us very hard. You speak our words quite well for someone who is so very clearly from the south.
Yes. I have been here before.
I see. I see. But we had heard, that's the reason, we had heard that there would be men of the south, but that they serve Lord Liam.
Who told you this?
Well, the men that came and took the fish, they brought barrels and salt. This river is full of fat fish, and they took all the smoked fish and they salted some of it. It's probably going to taste horrible, but they did, and then one of the little ones began to cry, and he said that if we didn't shut her up, then they would send the giants next time from the south, and they would not let anyone survive. They would just kill everyone and take the fish.
And you have not seen these giants yourself?
No, not yet. We thought they were you.
Well, know then that CharismaToAC also has giants fighting for him.
Yes, sir. You will set us free, right? You won't let them... I mean, I know you're not an army, and I know that when you leave now, we're still under Liam's, but CharismaToAC is not giving up on us, right? He's coming back.
That's why we're here.
Oh, good, thank you. Liam is too brutal. He demands men constantly for his... They took my son. He's just a lad of 13. He's not old enough.
Tell me about your son. What does he look like?
Well, he says and holds out his hand. He's this tall. And he has hair like wheat. Golden. It's rare here.
So basically like Ilva's hair.
Yes. And he does actually point to it and say, almost like hers. It's
Ilva realizes he's pointing at her with a what?
it's quite rare for us. And he does he's got a little bit of a lisp. Just a little.
All right.
His name is Con.
Good. I'll remember that when we engage the enemy.
Thank you.
One more thing.
Yes.
We were never here.
No, oh, of course not. Of course not. Because if you had been here, then Liam's men would be very unkind to us.
Yes. He, Baggy looks at the others, those who are with him at least, and says, "So, do you have any questions for this good man?"
Well, I don't know what you've been asking him.
Well, first of all, I've been asking him to help us across the river and which sword he's loyal to. And we've been talking a bit about giants. Apparently, Liam also has Southlanders working for him.
Ilva kinda told you last time.
Yeah, she did mention that about that.
She would discreetly tell the others.
Still, this is confirmation of it.
Yeah. Is there any rumors on how many?
He looks back at the man.
He doesn't understand what she said, obviously.
No.
So.
Do you know how many giants Liam has working for him? Have they mentioned a number?
Not as such, but they have said that there were more than one ship. I don't know how many people you have on your ships. I mean, you're very large. I imagine that unless you have very large ships, you wouldn't have quite so many on board as we do.
What of colors? Have they talked about colors?
Like your he catches on and gestures to your cloak and says, "Oh, like that."
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's supposed to be 2 different groups. One is wearing all it's they say it's the color of the color of he's searching for the right word clearly, and he says ashes, but light grey ashes on one of them, and the other, he says, the other one is supposed to have red with some kind of yellow pattern on it, but I don't know what the pattern is.
Would Baggy recognize the description?
Yeah, the grey ones are Phelan's. You're not sure
Alright.
about the other ones.
Okay, so this gets a growl from Baggy.
What?
Phelan's are here.
Twitch.
Are they fighting for the other sword?
Yes.
Most glorious.
And he describes the other color setup as well, so in case some of the others recognize it.
I don't know, but well, Guilty has actually a heraldry skills.
That's excellent. Let's see you do a roll, and I will give you
Not a roll.
It is a pretty good description of a red with some kind of yellow pattern on it. Does narrow it down quite a lot, so I'll give you a +2.
Enough.
Not enough.
Okay.
But I will use my luck then,
Yes.
and I will roll 2 more times and take the best result.
Yes. Oh, very nice.
Yep.
Huh.
So, yes, you do manage. The warband with the what is it called? The yellow markings on a red background are they are known as the what is it called? Oh, come on. I had it at right there at the tip of my tongue. There. Okay, I think this is a good time to take the last break, and then I'll catch on to what it was I was about to say when we get back, all right?
Yep.
That's fair.
Oh my god, that is the worst. Okay, we'll be right back, people, with the final part of this recording, all right?